Hey, you want it? I got it. Let's talk about it. All right. Hey, welcome everyone to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Whether you agree or disagree, leave that comment and please subscribe. Because I'm still looking for 1,000 subscribers. Just got started about a little over 6 months ago and stuff, and I definitely started. I definitely need subscribers. So please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell for notification for the next video. All right, SmackDown. It was interesting, you know. Apparently, WWE and ESPN have come together, and they are going to have their first PLE, which I thought with ESPN was going to be at WrestleMania next year, 2026. But apparently, it's going to be on September the 20th next month for WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis. That's going to be interesting. I mean, it's crazy, but I'm hoping things working out because it's not looking too good on SmackDown. It's not look. I mean, as far as USA programming, as far as the programming with ABC when they do main event, Saturday night main event, NXT, they're losing a lot of audience because it's just been crazy as far as the writing with and the storytelling. You know, between last year and this year, or a little bit further in last year, so around back in January of 2024, moving it up here now to where we're at in August of 2025. Triple H is really, really, really messed up the numbers as far as wrestling is concerned, as far as the WWE. I mean, the prices are ridiculous, to go to some of these matches. You know, um, it's just crazy. I mean, they're having problems now selling out because remember last year they was always saying who was sold out, who was sold out. But anyway, this is SmackDown, and let's get to it. All right, we're gonna get to it with Becky Lynch coming out um, for promo, and Dublin people, they kind of, was giving theirs a little soccer chant, the ole 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 chant and everything. But then, she's saying that this is the first televised, show that the WWE's had in Dublin, in a while. I mean, as far as live on SmackDown. I think it's been a while, or this is actually the first time and stuff. But anyway, saying that they did not deserve it and stuff, and that the people, disrespect her and stuff, and they should be honoring her, with the statue. More or less, some of the things that Paul Heyman was saying, on Raw and stuff, and there were, her going out saying that, as far as the people don't, respect her and stuff, and that they should respect her because she's their hero and stuff like that. And then the crowd started chanting for Lyra, but then she started telling that Lyra, doesn't get a shot at the title anymore because she's beating Lyra, so Lyra doesn't have that, privilege as far as coming out for the title and stuff. And then she kept going on trying to dog the people out. And then out comes Tiffany Stratton, you know. And just before she could say anything or get started, I mean, it's always the same thing with Tiffany and stuff. It's always Tiffany time, same promo. I mean, if she could go back and practice a little bit more on her promos and tighten up a little bit more in the ring, Tiffany would be a good champion. She'd be somebody that you could actually look and say, hey, she's pretty decent. But right now, the way that she's going and how things are going with her and stuff. I mean, the crowd eats her up wherever she goes. But her skills, and y'all talk about Jade Cargil skills, but where's Tiffany Stratton? I mean, yeah, she has the moonsault, the rope and stuff, which is pretty decent. But what else after that? I mean, we know she's got acrobatic, skills and stuff like that, but still, Jay Cargill got the same thing. I mean, Jay Cargill, I mean, you don't see her bouncing off the rope like, Tiffany, but still, Jade Cargill has improved a lot. I mean, she has improved a lot the time that she's been here, in the WWE and stuff. And then, we have Nia Jax and stuff coming out, and Nia saying what she's saying, and then Nia and Becky Lynch, they attack Tiffany Stratton, and as they're attacking Tiffany Stratton, out comes Jade Cargill, to save the day. And then as they battle a little bit, Jade gets a little up on. Well, they don't even make contact. They just circle the ring, and then Becky gets out of the ring, and then while Jade is standing in the ring, now he tries to come to her from behind, but she gets drop kicked off the top rope. I mean, she gets drop kicked off the ring by Tiffany, and then you know, um, and then Becky, breaks out the ring. When Jade finally sees her and stuff. So there we have with that and everything. Nick Aldis comes out and makes it a main event as a tag team. Tiffany and Jade against Nia and Becky Lynch. Okay, then we move on to Mello and The Miz backstage with Fraxium. Fraxium was saying Carmelo, really telling him to watch out for The Miz because The Miz can be a little bit backstabbing. And I agree with that because I think sooner or later it's going to happen. It's going to happen, especially the way that Miz is starting to, treat Carmelo. And I'm glad that they're actually putting Carmelo, you know, um, in the limelight again. So now they have the Mello Don't Miz, Camelo Hayes and The Miz. And then we have against the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Kelly. The crowd was, okay. I mean, the match was okay and stuff. But again, in the end, The Miz steals another one from Camelo Hayes. So how long is Camelo going to allow that to happen? So sooner or later, you know, something's going to happen with them. And then we got Jimmy Uso backstage talking, saying, being congratulated, for him and Naomi, and them, getting ready to have a family. Sami Zayn comes out, to congratulate him. And then here comes Solo Sokoa and the MFTs. Solo Sokoa was saying once, you know, Naomi has the baby, they don't have to worry about uncles because they got a lot of, uncles as far as the MFTs are concerned and everything. And for Jimmy to name the baby after Solo, yeah, right, okay, that was kind of funny. But anyway, then we have this crazy match with Piper Nevins and Charlotte Flair. Okay, so why is Piper Nevins pinning Charlotte Flair? I that part I don't get. I don't get. Because last week Alexa pinned Net Piper Nivens. So how is that possible? And Charlie gets pinned and everything. I mean, I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense. But again, they'll be that Clash of Champions, and Charlotte and Alexa will win that match against Piper, and I believe it's going to be Isla Dawn that might be um, in that match and stuff. But anyway, it's crazy. Then we got Meechin going after Julia, you know, and Kiana James is there, and basically Meechin's gonna have to go through Kiana James to get a title shot at Julia. So that's what that was. And then we got the John Cena promo. Man, was this a good promo? This is this was this is great. John Cena comes out, to the ring and stuff. I swear to you, Triple H screwed this man's retirement year up. I mean, he screwed it up and everything. Turning John Cena heel was not a good idea. And then not backing the heel move on how they started it was crazy. I know it was killing John, so I'm glad John is back again as a face because, man, it was crazy. They really, really, and now you can see as he approaches the ring and comes out how happy he is and stuff like that. So, John is about, and then here out comes Logan Paul. And he called, said the people of Dublin, um, he told the people in Dublin that it was nice to be, that he's nice to be here in England. So they did not like that. So they booed him and everything. Oh man, it was crazy. He called them washed up drunks and failures and stuff. But Logan Paul, he cut a good promo and stuff. I mean, Logan Paul, for the time that he's been there, and I'm just going to say this, Logan Paul is going to be something. He's been in the business now for about 5 years. And Logan Paul has really grasped the sport. I mean, even though, in this promo, he's saying that the people don't respect him, they disrespect him, and the Twitter warriors, saying that he's an outsider, basically saying that he doesn't belong in there and stuff. I mean, I'm just gonna say, whether you like it or not, please subscribe, comment, hit that like button. Let me know. Hit the bell for next content. Just let me know. But I'm just gonna go and say this: Logan Paul is gonna be a main event. He will be a champion and stuff, and Logan Paul is gonna be around for quite a while pending any kind of injury. And I hope this man does not get injured and stuff because he's gonna be an outstanding star. But then, like I was saying, as far as John Cena is concerned, um, they really botched it up because he was even saying that people like Dom Stereo, AJ Styles, um, the Usos, Jacob Fatu, these are people that John Cena could have been actually wrestling and stuff, during this time. We only got about what, maybe 10 more events for John to show up, and then it's over. It's over. And he's got to go out, and I'm hoping that somehow him and Seth really get into it. It would have to be, he's got to go out with the belt, like he said, but not as a heel, but as a face. If you agree, please let me know. Leave it in the comments. Just let me know. Um, and then John Cena just went on, and he schooled Logan Paul. He schooled him and stuff, and he's saying that that Logan Paul basically was a leech, and he was leeching off, the WWE when they opened their arms up, for him to come in and stuff, and do his talent and stuff. Like I said, Logan Paul is a good wrestler, but I don't understand the disrespect. He disrespect John, you know, in all kind of ways. And I know, it's a work, it's a promo, but a lot of it, if you hear it and listen to it, it was really good. I mean, it was great. It was one of the better promos I've heard in quite a while and stuff. When they were going back and forth, it shows you the talent that Logan Paul has to go toe to toe on the mic with one of the best mic workers in the business and stuff. And it was really, really good. So I give my props to Logan Paul. John Cena is just a man and everything, and his time is coming quickly, and I'm definitely gonna miss him. But then Logan Paul tries to get a little bit dirty. Well, John Cena ends up AAing him, giving him that little attitude adjustment, and walks out gracefully, standing strong. So that match in Clash in Paris should be a pretty good one because John Cena told Logan Paul to bring his A game, you know, bring his best because it's going to be going down. And if he doesn't, he's going to beat the Lord to Lord respect back into his tail because he's going to tear his butt up. But can't wait to see that match. It's going to be a pretty good one. Then we get the Street Profits and JC Metao and Tonga. Okay, so they had the match. Street Profits win. They advance, to the Clash of Champions going against Miz and Carmelo Hayes for the number one contenders, to go against the Wyatt Six as far as the tag team titles are concerned. So, and so we're done with that. Then you got Aleister Black and Damian Priest. He was supposed to have a match. Aleister Black was supposed to have a match with R-Truth. R-Truth was going to make it. He said that he had somebody there for him. Out comes Drew McIntyre, and here we go again. I mean, didn't they? Aleister Black just beat the tar out of the doggone Damian Priest not too long ago. So we have that match coming up. It's just going to be crazy. But the best part of, and then that was over with. And then we got Drew McIntyre coming out, talking about stuff with Cody Rhodes and how, he destroyed Cody and is Cody better and stuff like that because he can't wait to put his hands on Cody or whatever the case may be. And while he's out there talking all that yiggity yak and stuff, here comes Randy Orton. And it's good to see Randy Orton back because Randy Orton gives Drew McIntyre an RKO, which was classic. And then we have the main event with Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, going against Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargil. The match was okay. I mean, it is what it was. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was like mid. And then Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, wins. Really nothing important because Jade and Tiffany were just, on the last PLE going against for the title, but yet they're here as a tag team. All right, so I'm not going to try to make any sense of this. Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. None of that whole match made any sense. It just happened and stuff. But anyway, all right, I want to thank you for watching. God bless. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell for the next content. I appreciate you. God bless you. Deuces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.